I guess the key is, and this is true in education, it's true in healthcare, and it's true in almost any walk of life, that when you start every thought process, the question of who are the people that we're trying to help? What are their lives like? What's missing? What will make them feel like they are in control of their destinies a little bit more than perhaps they feel currently? What will make them feel as though they are part of community, part of society, rather than a cog in a wheel or a little number on somebody's form? And I think that the transition that is taking place in social care, with personal budgets, with greater use of the third sector and organisations outside government, is all about trying to ensure that people feel like they're being treated as people.
Relationships, as I say, we build on those. We look forward to people's contribution to what they have to say about services. If we're going to develop a service, there's no good as sitting with bits of paper in an office. We need to find out what people actually want and what affects people's lives. And I think that's what we do. We may not do it always correctly, and we hopefully learn from those opportunities, but what we always are focused at is the client first and foremost, and everything else around it we get there. The business element of it is important and it has to be sustained, and I promise we will, but it's always about the focus on the individual first and foremost, and that's what keeps us happy. Most people come into the office and feel that they're welcome, they can have a laugh and a joke. We spend a lot of time together, we see a funny side, we have a good sense of humour, and there are lots of times as well when we have to be very serious. So the whole time that we spend together, we often spend more with our work colleagues than we do with our families, so we have to get along. That's important too.
And sometimes to have to charge people for things that once upon a time they used to get for free, but at least to think about how can we do that in a way that minimises the charge and maximises the personal care and attention that people are receiving. And the sad truth is that we're going to need to see more of that. That the cuts, for all that we keep on boasting about the fact that we've managed to cut the deficit by 25%, you know, even my maths, I can work out that that means that there's 75% to go. And so I'm afraid we're not, yet at the end of this painful journey. We are really only about a third of the way through. And we therefore rely utterly on organisations like this to go on doing what they're doing even more imaginatively, even more creatively, without losing that personal touch that is so obvious from everything we've heard and that you'll be hearing today. Because you are the big society. We were going to have need of you far more in the next 10 years than we ever have done in the last 20 or 30. So thank God you exist.
So I'm convinced that the cooperative values of self-help and empowerment must be a better way to provide social care than simply a delivery to somebody of a service over which they have no control or say, and which can be removed from them or altered. This way of organising care isn't expensive. In fact, it's often cheaper because it has many therapeutic and social benefits which minimise the need for expensive intervention. So I hope that there will be some more innovative thinking, as we've already heard of, that we have in Lincolnshire. There really are alternatives to state provision or privatisation, which I believe are also better. A recent local public sector tender that I looked at said they particularly encourage small businesses to apply. The length of that tender document, 100 pages. So if we really believe in the importance of local solutions devised by and involving service users and our communities, We need to overhaul the processes to create the space for that to happen. Can our public sector do that? I hope so, I believe so, and it's certainly the time is right now to give it a try. Thank you.
It's about, it will develop a service that clients will be able to get quality, individual, bespoke services that they actually achieve what they need to do for their life. So for me, the result of today is that it's the beginning. It's the beginning of a whole new relationship, and we're part of it. How exciting.